Welcome to yoga. My name is Jameson Skillings. Let's get things started with your feet, hips socket width apart. Dig in those heels. Lock down your big toe. Fan out your other toes. And try to lift the arches of your feet. Inhale through the nose, arms wide and up, and look up. Exhale, arms down. 3 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more. Last one here. As you exhale, stick your hips back, swan dive. Your back stays flat. Hands go to the thighs or the shins, and try to create some elongation through the spine from the tailbone to the top of the head. Extend the back. Arms are long. Breathe deeply. Fill your belly up with air. Two more deep breaths. Try to pull your shoulders back. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, get into ragdoll. Relax the upper back, relax the head, the neck, the jaw. If your hands can touch the ground, fold your arms. Keep your legs as straight as you can. You're still gripping the floor with your feet and trying to lift up your arches. As you inhale, you fill your belly up with air. When you exhale, you fully exhale, push the air out. One more deep breath in. Put your hands on your thighs. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and spine roll up starting at your tailbone. Stack one vertebrae at a time until you're in a tall standing position. Shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Shake it out just a little bit. And place your heels together with your toes open. So we're making this V shape with our feet. We still want to anchor down the heel and the big toe and fan out the other toes and get the feet really active and strong. Try to lift the arches up. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes, engage your pelvic floor, brace your core. Inhale, arms forward and up. Interlock your thumbs and gently try to pull apart while keeping your arms overhead. Breathe deeply. As you inhale, side bend without moving your hips. Still gently pulling the thumbs apart. On your next exhalation, you come up to the top. Switch how you interlock your thumbs. Inhale, side bend to the other direction. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, you come up to the top, arms wide, and bring them down, shake them out. Get your feet hip socket width apart again. We're going to be warming up the thighs, hamstrings, and glutes by getting into a chair pose. We ease our hips back, folding and hinging at the hips. Let the knees bend and the hands reach forward. Spread those fingers, thumbs up. Keep the heels on the ground, and it's okay to push your knees out a little bit here. Try to sit down low, breathe deeply here. Two more breaths. One more. Exhale and stand up. We'll bring the feet together to make this a little bit more challenging. We want the heels touching and the toes touching if you can. Standing tall here, keeping the core braced. We stick the hips back as far as they can go. We bend the knees forward, keeping the heels on the ground, and the knees stay together. Arms straight forward, thumbs up. Heels have to stay on the floor here. Your feet are still working hard. Knees squeeze together for 4 breaths. One more deep breath in. Exhale and stand up. Shake it up. Now get your feet as wide as your shoulders or a little bit wider. And we want the toes to open up so that they make the same angle as our thigh bone when we bend our knees. So not super wide, pointing straight out to the side, and not pointing straight forward or slightly in. Just a little bit open, maybe 10-degree angle. Hips go back, core stays braced. Bend those knees. Trying to sit as deep as you can, right between the feet. Arms shoot forward, thumbs stay up. And we're breathing here. One more deep breath. Exhale, stand up tall. Relax everything, shake it out. And next up, we're going to get to the front of our mat. And if you have blocks, you can have them in the tall, medium, or low setting nearby. I'll put them in the tall setting. And we want our feet as wide as our mats here. So if your mat is a standard size, and we want it about shoulder width apart, if you have an extra wide mat, just make sure that your feet aren't too far apart, because we want to have good standard distance for when we step back. So we'll use our left foot to step back first. As far as you can, keep it near the edge of the mat. And I want you to be able to have your heel touch the ground if you turn it to the side like this. But if you don't turn your foot, you're not able to get the heel to touch. It's just a little bit too far back. That's the ideal position. Safer stance would be a little bit smaller stance. Okay, but I want you to really challenge yourself, but stay safe at the same time. So heel can't touch if it's pointing straight forward, but it can touch when it's turned to the side. So we keep it turned to the side. We keep our front knee over the ankle joint, right at the front of the ankle, not over the heel and not over the toes, right over the front of the ankle. We want the knee directly over the top, not outside and not inside, right over the top. Our feet are still working hard, gripping the floor and trying to lift the arch. Scrunching the toes. You push straight down with that back leg, down into the ground, the thighs tight, the glutes are tight. We have our right arm forward, looking past our fingertips, and our left arm is straight back. So usually the hand drops down a little bit, or it reaches too far here. We want to stay long and strong. We're breathing deeply here. One more deep breath. As you exhale, your left hand goes down to your left knee. You flip over the palm and try to reach up and look up. Breathe deeply here. As you exhale, come back into the warrior two, and then we will wheel it down here. Get the hand to touch the ground or use a block in the tall setting. And make sure you use your arm and your leg as a kickstand together to open up. Get the hand to point straight up to the sky, over your head, not way over here, not here, and not back there. Straight up, as high as you can reach. We're here for 4 breaths. One more deep breath. As you exhale, you're coming up into that warrior two. Try to keep that knee over the front of the ankle. Breathing deeply. Next exhalation, flip the palm, reaching high, back leg stays straight, opening up that inner thigh, rooting down into the ground as you lift up with the arm. Next exhalation, we come back into warrior two here, and then we wheel it down, okay? You're reaching towards the block. If it's too easy from last time, go to the medium setting, or go to the low setting, or hit the floor. Arm stays up, reaching straight up high. Next exhalation, you come back up. Bring the hands to the hips, soften the legs, and step forward to switch sides. Root down through that left foot, anchor down through the foot, try to lift up the arch. We step straight back with the right foot, so far back that the heel can't touch if it's pointing straight forward, but when we turn it to the side, it can drop the heel down to the ground. We want that leg straight and strong and pushing straight down, not back. We're not trying to get the foot to slide on us. Straight down, strong and long. The left foot is still over the front of the ankle here. We want the knee right over the top of it, not behind it, not in front of it, not inside, not outside, right over the top of the front of the ankle. So rooting down and strong through here, straight down. Left arm forward, right arm back. And we're breathing here 4 times. Look past your fingertips on your left arm. Next exhalation, we flip the palm, reach up. As high as you can with that arm, reach, reach. Next exhalation, we get into the warrior two again, and we reach down, blocking that tall setting, and we go straight up over the top of the head if you can. Reach as far as you can, straight up in the sky. Exhale, come back up. Warrior two, looking past those fingertips, trying to keep that knee over the front of the ankle joint. Next exhalation, we flip the palm, reach up, opening up that inner thigh on the back leg. Exhale, warrior two, wheel it down. High setting, medium setting, low setting, whatever works best for you, and get that hand to be straight up. Exhale, come back up, warrior two, hands on the hips, soften everything, and then step forward. Shake it out. If you want some water, now is a great time to have a little sip of water. We've been at this for about 10 to 15 minutes, so the warm-up is finally finishing up. And then get your blocks in the tall setting between your feet. So one of the best benefits of yoga is that you have strength and a full range of motion, that you can increase your flexibility, that you can reduce your stress. But in that new range of motion, that flexibility and mobility, and the strength is more function for normal everyday things. So today we're going to work on increasing our hip flexor range of motion, our quadriceps strength, and we'll be just getting the hips really strong today. So pace yourself, listen to your body, take breaks when you need to, but we're going to get into this right now by putting our hands down to the block, hips go back, chest stays up, and then once your hands go to your knees, squat straight down. So your knees bend, but you keep your chest up. So if you can see, my shin angle is about matching my spine angle here. From this position, I'm going to step back with my right foot as far as I can. So the leg becomes straight. I'm on my toes. My weight's in my hands and my front foot. I slowly bring my knee down in control. My knee's directly underneath my hip. I get up off the block and I'm in a half kneeling position. From this position, we want to be able to squeeze the glutes, brace the core, take a deep breath in, bring the hips forward while keeping the glutes squeezed. Exhale, come back. Inhale, hips forward. Exhale, come back. That front foot has the heel stay on the ground as we try to find new ranges of motion through the hip and ankle. Breathing deeply, inhale, hips come forward. Exhale, they go back. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. As you exhale, you're going to reach for your blocks. Put your weight into your hands and your front leg. Shift that weight forward. Lift the back knee until the leg is straight. And then step into position. Make the feet work hard. Try to lift up the arches. Drop those hips down just a little bit more. A little bit more. Weight further and further into the feet and out of the hands. Take a deep breath in. Arms reach forward. As you exhale, hands go to the block, hips come up high just to take a little break. Walk the legs out just a little bit. And we sink back down, hips back, knees bend, weight in the hands a little bit more. We switch sides so our left foot reaches straight back as far as it can. The toes get a good stretch, okay? We drop the knee down slowly and in control. Once the knee's touching the ground, we come up into a tall half kneeling position. So we're on one knee, our glutes are tight, our core is braced. We inhale and bring our hips forward, keeping our heel on the ground. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Keep the glutes tight the whole time. Three more. 2 more. 1 more. Hands go to the block. Weight goes into the hands and the front leg. We straighten out that back leg. Keep the heel high. Deep breath in. Exhale and step forward. Getting those feet to work hard. Try to lift the arches. We drop the hips down, nice and deep. Weight is more and more into the feet and out of the hands. Inhale, arms forward. Breathe. Exhale and stand up tall. Shake it out. Your legs should be feeling pretty loose, pretty warm, and pretty tired by now. Drink a little bit of water if you want to, and then come back to the mat. We'll be getting down into a table pose together. From this table pose, we're going to be working on our hip mobility, our balance, our core activation, and our shoulder mobility. When you're ready, I'll have you step to the front of your mat, using the blocks to help you get down into your table pose. Hips back, knees soft, hands to the blocks. Step back with one foot, drop to the knee. And if you need to, put one hand on the ground off to the side to create more space. And then get that foot back and the knee down. Blocks off to the side. We want the hands underneath the shoulders. Fingertips are spread. And you're gripping with your whole hand. You're using your hand as much as you can. They're not just passively there, relaxed like this. We're pushing the ground away. Arms are strong and long. Toes are spiked. Okay, we're using our toes quite a bit here. Draw the belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, reach straight back with your right heel. As far as your heel can go, reach straight back. Okay, breathe deeply. Arms are long and strong. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. As you exhale, bring that knee back down underneath your hip joint. We're switching legs. Inhale. Reaching back with that left heel as far as you can. Breathing deeply. Arms stay long and strong. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. As you exhale, put that knee back down underneath the hip. Going back to the other side, adding a progression. Big breath in, right heel back. Another deep breath in. Your left arm is going to reach straight forward as far as it can, getting as much distance away from the right heel as possible. Arms are long and strong. One more deep breath, and then it all comes back. Exhale, put it back down. Left leg straight back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next time you breathe in, reach forward with that right arm as far as you can reach. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring it back. We progress it even further next, okay? We do the right leg straight back. Left arm straight forward. And from here, you squeeze your glutes as tightly as you can. And then you try to pick up your left foot as well. One more breath. Exhale, put it back. That was not supposed to be easy, okay? So if you were able to do it, fantastic. If you couldn't do it the whole time, something that we can build up to. Left leg straight back. Right leg is strong and down. Right arm reaches forward. Your toes are spiked for now. Squeeze your glutes and then pick up the foot. 4 breaths here. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring it down. From this position here, we're going to walk our knees out to the edge of the mat and bring our toes together and relax them so that we're on the top side of our feet, toenails pressing into the mat. Inhale, sit back as far as you can, pain-free. Hopefully you can get your hips to your heels. If not, it's okay. Just it has to be pain-free here. Slide the arms as far forward as you can. Try to keep the elbows up off the mat here. And fold down and breathe deeply. One more deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to come up just a little bit. Slide the right arm underneath the left arm, palm side up. Reach across the body as far as you can and try to roll that shoulder down toward the ground. You're trying to keep your chest facing the floor. You're not trying to turn all the way over. Chest faces the floor for this one. Two more deep breaths. As you exhale, switch sides, reach forward with that right arm first. Feel the stretch through the underarm, and then the left arm comes across as far as you can, palm side up. And then you try to work the shoulder down towards the ground. 4 deep breaths. As you exhale, slide that arm out from underneath, bring the hand forward, rock the hips up, walk those knees in, and then get back into a table pose. From this position here, we're going to work on our hip mobility. We'll be tucking the knee forward as far as we can, as hard as we can. We spike the toes in first. We'll tuck that right knee forward without moving the back. So if we round out the back, then we're able to tuck it further. We don't want that. We want that spine to be neutral, okay? Tuck that knee forward. You should feel it all up in the hip flexor, really tight, not in your lower back at all. Keep that knee tucked forward really, really firmly and out to the side. Now lift those toes up. You should feel this in the hip quite a bit. Keep the knee in place and try to rotate the foot out to the side. Now from here, we get into tiger pose. Up, around, and in back. Driving the heel up high without collapsing through the spine. Keep it strong and tight. And then bring it straight down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. I'll change the angle so you can see what we're trying to do here. We have our table pose. And we tuck that left knee forward as far as we can. And out to the side as far as we can. Toes lift, and you try to swing the foot out to the side as far as possible. Then you move into tiger pose from here. Out, around, up, and in back without letting your low back collapse. Drive the heel up as high as you can, as hard as you can, and then bring it back down. Release the toes, get the knees wide, sit back, and relax those hips for just a little bit. And we're going to do that again because it's really good for your hips. Come up and forward, table pose again. I'll show you a different angle once more. Off to the side. We're doing our right leg. So we'll tuck that right knee forward as far as possible. Really hard, really firmly. And out to the side. So it's forward and out. Lift the toes. Swing the foot out to the side. And then get into tiger pose. Out, around, and up. Bring the knee down. And we'll switch sides. So I'll change angles so you can see it better. Arms are long and strong. Spine is neutral. Core is braced. Tuck that left knee straight forward as far as you can. Out to the side. Lift the toes. Swing the foot out. Get into tiger pose. Out, around, up, and then back. Bring it back down. Shake it out. Knees wide, sit back into a child's pose. Feeling pretty good now. Hips come up. And you get into a tall kneeling position with your toes relaxed. All the way up tall. Squeeze the glutes. From here, we're going to stretch out and activate the quads and hip flexors together. You have to keep your core braced and your glutes tight and your arms in front with a lot of tension. So we'll make tight fists, squeeze really hard, and open the palms up to the ceiling. Okay, so tight fists, Palms up, reach far, but tight. Lean back until you feel a stretch in your thighs. Big breath in. Exhale, come back up. Keep the tension, try to go a little bit further. It's not supposed to hurt, just to feel like there's a lot of tension and stretch at the same time. Inhale back. Big breath in. Exhale, come up. We have one more to do. Arms are long and strong. Core is braced. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale back. Big breath in. Exhale, come back up. Shake it out. We're going to have the seat on our mats next. We've really opened up those hips, hip flexors, and quads. And next up, we're going to fold the legs. One leg is folded in front at a 90-degree angle at the knee. And then the other leg is going to come up, around, and then back. Okay? Lean to one side and swing it back in place here. So from this angle here, we have our left shin, our front shin, making the same angle as best we can as the back thigh bone. Okay? And the back shin is making the same angle as the front thigh bone. Okay? From this position here, we're going to try to lift the toes up towards our knees, toes up towards our knees. And we'll switch sides from here without using our hands if possible. Sitting tall through the spine, arms out. We lift the back knee first. And we turn and rotate, trailing behind, getting that right knee to touch the ground first, and then the left knee follows suit. Once the left knee touches the ground, we lift up the left knee, trying to keep the right knee down. Once it can't stay down anymore, then we start to roll into the other side again. Left knee leads the way down to the ground, then the right knee touches. And we do this again 2 more times. Up, knees apart, right knee down, left knee down, left knee up, left knee down, right knee down. Go, bring it back into that starting position. Good. Now we kind of relax everything. Shake it out slightly. We're going to be working on the muscles up here in the hips. We want them to be a little bit more mobile so you can squat down lower, increase your strength and range of motion at the same time. It might cramp up a little bit, but that's a sign of progress. So let's get into that same position as before, only we fold the left leg first, with the toe lifted, hands are up first. The leg is going to lift up as high as you can make it lift, swing it out to the side, turn it towards the ground, and then bend it and set it down. Try to keep the chest up here. This is a great hip mobility exercise. You'll try to lift up your foot in the air, that back foot, while keeping the knee down. We'll just lift, 1, 2, 3, back down. Let's try that again. Lift, 1, 2, 3, back down. One more time. Lift, 1, 2, 3, back down. And now we're going to do the knee and the foot at the same time. Okay? Try to keep the shin parallel with the ground as you pick these up. Ready? And go. Lift, 1, 2, 3, back down. 2 more. Lift, 1, 2, 3, back down. One more time. Lift, 1, 2, 3, straighten the leg, bring it up, around, and in front. That should be burning just a little bit. We'll bend the knee, we'll straighten the other leg, getting in position for the other side. We still want the toes pulled towards the knee, making that 90-degree angle at the knee joint. Arms are up, good posture. Lift that leg, open it up, turn it, reach back, and set it down. From this position here, we still want that thigh bone and shin angle matching. We want the back shin and front thigh bone matching. From this position, we push the knee down on that back leg, and we lift the foot up for 3 seconds. Ready? drop. 2 more. Lift and drop. 1 more time. Lift and drop. And now we do the knee and the foot, keeping the shin parallel with the ground as best we can. 3 times for 3 seconds each. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, back down. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, back down. 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, straighten the leg, bring it up high in front and down. We'll fold the legs, cross them just like this. Grabbing onto the ankles, we'll get those knees out wide, pull yourself forward, and try to keep your chest up. Take 4 deep breaths. One more deep breath in. And exhale, grabbing onto the toes, not the ankles anymore. Grab onto those toes. Pull yourself forward and down. Use your elbows to try to push your knees out. 4 deep breaths here. Exhale, lean back, release these legs. And I'll have you lie down on your mat next. Legs out straight, arms out in front, and see if you can control yourself down. Bend those knees and try to keep your hips and your feet the same width, okay? So don't have the feet out super wide and not together. Hip socket width. From this position here, I want you to dig your elbows into the ground, making fists that point up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back into the floor and try to create a little platform for your shoulders. Lift your toes up, push the knees out just a little bit, and we're going to spine roll the hips up, squeezing the glutes as tightly as we can, all the way up and all the way down. Inhale, spine roll the hips up, scoop them up. Exhale, down. Inhale, spine roll up. Exhale, down. Spine roll up. Dig those elbows in hard into the ground. Spine roll down. 4 more. Up. Squeeze. Down. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Relax those arms. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Open that knee up. Let that foot be flat on the ground. Push that knee open. Breathe deeply here. One more deep breath. As you exhale, release that leg, switching sides, crossing the ankle over the knee, opening the knee up, using your hand if you have to. Keep that spine in alignment. Don't let the hips drop, twist and turn. Keep the hips pulled down into the ground and get that hip stretch. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, release that leg. Tuck your knees towards your chest. Grab onto the hamstrings, both knees one at a time. Gently tuck in towards the chest. Trying to keep your back flat. You'll use your arms to tuck the knees slowly for your lower back. Two more. Continue holding on to your right leg with both hands. Straighten that left leg until the heel's on the ground. Squeeze the kneecap down and get a hip flexor stretch through here. Two more deep breaths. Last one. As you exhale, tuck your left knee. Switching legs, grabbing on with both hands. Extend the right leg forward, down to the ground, stretching out your hip flexor on that right leg. One more deep breath. As you exhale, place the foot straight down and then slide it out. Both legs are straight. Squeeze your glutes tightly and then relax. Arms are long, palms to the sky about waist level. Let the toes open up. Breathe in through your nose for 5 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Breathe out your mouth like you're breathing through a straw for 8 seconds. Inhale for 5. Hold for 4. Breathe out your mouth for 8. In for 5. Hold for 4. Out your mouth for 8. Bend those knees. Bring one arm over to the side, roll onto your side, press yourself up into a seated position. And thank you all for coming today. Hope you had a good time.